It's hail. Hello and welcome to the May farm tour. It's been an interesting 2 weeks weather-wise, that's for sure. Last week we had gusting winds. It really reminded me of the Cape Doctor back in Cape Town. We had winds that were gusting up to 60 to 80 kilometers per hour, which is very atypical to the Cape Town winds. That was like about a week solid. It was very bizarre, very windy, so filming was really difficult for last week. And in this past week, the weather has been incredibly strange. Continued. We've had beautiful mornings with some sunshine, a little bit cooler. I've even had to put on some winter clothes in the morning because it can get quite chilly. But the afternoons, pretty much after lunchtime, we've had thunderstorms, even with some intermittent hail. Mind you, the hail wasn't very big. I have seen bigger hailstones here in the Castelo Branco area, especially last year. But never mind, it is still hail. Very, very unusual for this time of year. Despite the weather, the farm is lush and growing, and it's just incredible to see how much it has grown in the last month. It is just phenomenal. I still feel like things are moving so much faster than they were last year this time. Let me show you what's happened on the farm.
This is Girl Meets Farm.
There is this bird. It is tiny, so it's probably not going to come up on camera. But it flies and tweets. That very sharp tweet, all by itself, all day long. I have no idea what it is or why it just flies around tweeting. But it continues this almost all day. Let's start the tour with the fig trees. They're quite lush now. And let's see if I can find some figs. There's actually quite a few of them. Already of a good size. All over the trees. Shiva's got Piggy today for his walk. Want to squeak it? Good boy. Let's go. Go, Shakti. Oh, come girl. The pear trees are looking really healthy this year actually. Last year this guy had blight and he's actually looking incredibly good this year. I have not seen any signs of blight on any of the leaves. And yes, these are little pears. I cleaned out all of the beds here, but I haven't cleaned out all of the area just yet, just so that I can water all of these fruit trees. This is a peach. All of these baby fruit trees didn't really have fruit last year except for the plums, so it's the first year this peach is fruiting. That's a plum tree, but he's not looking in very good nick. This is another peach tree. He doesn't have any fruit just yet. And this was not fruiting at all last year, but is bearing quite a bit of fruit this year. I believe these are nectarines. And it is all over the fruit. All over the tree, I mean. I was told that this was actually an almond tree, but clearly it is not. This is the second plum tree, looking in much better condition than the other one, looking very healthy, and there's baby plums. This is the persimmon, and starting to fruit as well. Last year there were only 2 fruits on this whole tree, but this year it seems that it is a good year for fruit trees. Another fig, and this is a baby apple tree, and it's also its first time fruiting. Good girl. There seems to be another peach tree over there, and these 2 trees behind the trench wall are also peach trees, and they all seem to be bearing fruit this year too. Over in the veggie garden, believe it or not, I have done weeding here and already the weeds have grown back. Sometimes I just let them be for extra ground cover together with the vegetables that are growing here, but it looks like it's time to weed a little bit more, because for some of them you can't tell the weeds from the plants. Except the zucchinis. They make sure everyone always knows that they're zucchinis. The watermelon plants always struggled from the very moment that I got them. There's one still very desperately trying to come back to life. This one I'm not too sure, because it looks like it's got a little bit of leaf curl, and then one of them is actually looking like it will survive, so I'm happy about that. I have not watered the vegetable garden yet today because we've had some overnight rain, and I also don't want to get root rot by watering too much. These are the pumpkins. And this one is starting to get some flowers in there. They're looking good. The zucchinis, of course, are happy and growing. And I've had some flowers. They'll probably open up a little bit later as the sun gets a little bit more intense. Let's see. We've got a baby zucchini coming there. And I think, or is that the flower? I did see some zucchinis here the other day. Maybe I am mistaken. Maybe it was just the flowers. Ah, there. There is one over there. The peppers are peppering. And we've got some flowers growing out there. And my tomato plants are doing really well. And I'm going to be staking them this week, as they're now pretty much at a good solid height. And personally, I like to grow them free, without the stakes I mean, so that their stems can harden and toughen up. And by toughen up I mean that the wind doesn't blow them over. This area is quite windy and you don't want them to rely on only a stake. So by leaving plants be usually, without giving them extra support, they become a lot stronger. Oh, it smells so fragrant. I love that smell of tomato plants. And then in my cabbage forest, I have not cut these down yet. Some of them are even sprouting new life. That, I believe, actually down there could in fact be another vine that I have not pruned. Wow, that's quite a monster. Look how big those leaves are. My hand for comparison. Wow. And there's quite a healthy cabbage also. That's the peach tree. He did fruit last year and the fruits were incredible. As well as this one, whose fruits are looking really good and on the way to ripening up beautifully. Beautiful. Over here by my main well, my strawberry plants are still going and are bearing a few more fruits for me. I'm letting these ones ripen up a little bit more since the first one I tried was so sour. They're starting to look like they're getting there. Very healthy plants. And this tree is an apple tree. I saw some apples, yes. Also growing. This is the very old apple tree and actually does need some pruning back because part of the tree is dead. But I need to wait for fruit season to pass and then I will trim off all of these dead branches to give the rest of the tree more life, more energy. The vineyard is looking beautiful, lush, green, healthy. Hey girl. There's still some wildflowers out as well. Despite 2 days of some rain, even some hail, my well has not really filled up. There is Froggy Step. We're currently 2.5 bricks below. Oh, I think that was a little frog. We're currently 2.5 bricks below Froggy Step. Let's hope for some more rain. With the fire risk zone being red for the last few weeks, I still have not been able to clear out the last heaps for heap burning. since we've had like 2 afternoons of thunder showers and even a little bit of hail, I wish I could let you smell what the farm smells like. It is fresh, it is herby, it is earthy. It smells really nice on the farm, and of course with all the chamomile still being out, you can really smell all the herby chamomile as well. The top terrace vines aren't as thick and lush as the lower terrace, but these are the younger vines of the farm. They're still looking really good though. The quince trees are also looking really healthy this year, and already also have baby quinces. There's 3 of them. The last one, of course, being completely overrun by a vine. So it has morphed into a vine quince. This whole vine that is like taking over the tree. It is one that I'd forgotten to prune the vine, so it has just gone wild. You can't quite tell where the one begins and the other one ends. Young fig. And these are almond trees. Look at all the chamomile growing here. They're not open yet because it's a little bit shady here, it's early. Still getting oranges. And the orange tree seems happy as well. See you next month.